right, welcome back to another Realtor Spotlight. This week it's Judith Uriarte.
Yes.
Is that right? I
Yes.
said it right.
Uriarte.
Uriarte. How do people pronounce that? Did they mess it up?
All the time. Uriarte.
Right.
Yeah, they don't pronounce the second R.
There's two R's. Uriarte.
Uriarte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I probably would do that too.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been a realtor now for how long?
Almost a year. It'll be a year next month.
Okay. And you brought this up. You're the youngest one we've interviewed. Is that right? As
Yeah.
far as being a realtor, it's been a year. I did not know that. There's no reason for that. There wasn't any thinking behind who we were interviewing in reference to how long. It just worked out that way, I guess. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're here.
I was like, 10 years, 2 years. I'm like, ew.
Wow. I didn't.
It's going to be a year.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to talk real estate if you don't want to. So, where are you originally from?
Arizona.
Arizona. Grew up there?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay. What part?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So why are you here?
My mom's here, so
Okay.
the detachment from her going and coming back was getting really difficult.
So she moved here, and then you followed later?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. How long
Like
have you been in Oklahoma?
8 years later.
Okay.
I've been here for almost 2 years.
How's that going?
It's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You miss?
Yeah, I love Arizona.
Really?
I love the weather, even though it's hot.
I guess that's all you knew.
Yeah. Well, no. I've always traveled, but I've never lived anywhere else.
Right.
So I think it's, for me, it's that Oklahoma's so flat.
Okay.
There's no mountains.
Well, Arizona doesn't have
We
guess,
have a lot of mountains.
like in one spot, maybe? I feel like the rest of it's just desert. Is it not?
Have you been to Arizona?
I've been to Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
and I've been to Tucson,
Mm-hmm.
and we played golf. And I guess there were some kind of mountains there, but I don't know. It was too long ago. There was a lot of alcohol, I think, involved. Maybe. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
why.
It was some kind of seminar of some sort, but it was nice. But
Drinking seminar?
no, it was it was business. But yeah, I just remember it being sandy, it not being very pretty, but the golf courses were really green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You need to go for a hike.
You like Arizona, though.
I love Arizona.
Do you want to go back, or?
I do, but the traffic is getting really bad. It's
Okay.
getting like California now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Can't
it
do
did it grow when lots of folks left California? Were they going to Arizona?
Yeah.
That area?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
very populated now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people and a lot of traffic.
Right. So you went to high school there? No college? Did you go to college at all? Or
I went to, I did some college. I did a medical assisting program.
okay.
I finished it. I just didn't like it. The
Really?
medical field is not for me.
No.
I'm an empath.
You're a what?
An empath.
You're gonna have to. What's that?
So it's like when you feel a lot of other people's emotions. So whenever I would see like a lot of older people or
Okay.
sick people, it made me want to cry with them.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, no.
Well,
you're
so
sick.
what type of medical field were you?
I did just a medical assisting, but I did my extern in geriatrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
Well,
like,
that's the old. I mean, were you?
That's why.
Okay. And you decided this wasn't for you.
Yeah.
So you came to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and then you didn't get into real estate right away.
No, well, before I started working here in Oklahoma, I still had a shop in Arizona.
What kind of shop?
So I used to rent and sell gowns for special events.
Okay.
Like quinceañeras, prom. But I used to rent them, too.
Okay.
It was a good business.
I bet. How much they rent for?
If it was like a newer dress, I would rent them from like 180, 200, depending on how much detail the dress had.
Okay.
If it was used, it was like $100.
Did you do this out of the house, or you had a?
No,
you
I had a store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just dresses.
Dresses.
No
and,
tuxes?
no, no tuxes.
Okay.
No.
Wow. How'd you get into that?
I wanted to buy a dress one time, and they were custom made dresses.
Right.
So they were dresses that range, like 400, 500, 600 each dress if you bought individually.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a dress for $600, and I'm only gonna wear it once.
Right.
And I was like, okay. So I was like, what if I start buying them and just rent them out to people? I started from home though.
Sure.
I started from home, and when I got the dresses the first time, they were so small. And they were made in Mexico. So I was like, okay, who's going to fit into these? I was like, did I just make a huge mistake?
Right.
And I was like, I started writing down my own contracts. And then I just started advertising them. And it got I got really busy. And I started
How much
buying more
inventory
dresses.
did you have?
I started with about 20 dresses.
Right. And you had to alter them every time, or did you?
Yeah, my grandma used to alter the dresses for me.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. I would only do like the length, and we would change the sleeves out because they were really delicate. They could rip fast.
Okay.
So my grandma did. So I had a job, and my grandma had a job, which was good. I mean,
is she still in Arizona?
loved it. Yeah. She's in
Okay.
Arizona.
So where's the business now? What is somebody running it or somebody?
Well, when COVID started,
Okay.
there was no events. All the venues were closed.
That
Prom
stinks.
canceled.
Right.
Everything. So I closed down. I sold all the inventory, and now there's other stores.
Okay. Is there anything like that here in Oklahoma?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Have you looked at that or thought of?
I've looked into it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want to do again.
Right.
If I were to open a store, I'd probably open it for like my sister to work.
Right.
I have a younger sister.
Okay.
She's 16.
You said empath. You were an empath?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
EMPATH.
So you take on other people's feelings.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
What are you feeling now?
Or you're not sad?
I don't know.
Are you sad?
I don't know. You're the one that's supposed to
I
say.
feel like it's more like when you see other people that are having a difficult time or suffering, like
visibly, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, my heart feels for them.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter.
So it's
young,
just more.
Old, or
It's a shorter word for empathy.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Are you an empath?
I don't. I never thought about it. Yeah.
Probably not.
But I could see that. I mean, I would think I'm empathetic.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So a year and a half ago, you decided to get into real estate. How did that all come about?
So my stepdad started doing construction.
Okay.
And he's like, well, I'll make the houses. You like to sell, you know, you're good with people.
Right.
Why don't you get your real estate license? And I was like, yeah, no, yeah. So I was on and off until I was like, finally, okay, I'll do it. And I think like real estate is so different from selling anything else.
What?
Like it's like an ego killer. Like
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even just to pass that exam was difficult for me.
Right.
And I was
the exam had nothing to do with what you're doing. Right.
Nothing. Everything I've learned from Miss Lisa.
Right.
She's a sweetheart. I love her.
She's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get her out
helps
here.
me a lot. Yeah, she needs to be on.
Yeah. Well,
she's an empath.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to start watching people now.
Yeah.
Her reason for not doing it so far is her hair. She hasn't liked her hair yet, and she has to get it right, and then she will do this.
She'll do it.
That's her words. Yeah. So maybe next month.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, so you got into it. Who? How did you get here?
One of the agents at Whittington sold one of the properties for my stepdad.
Who was that?
Tulio.
Okay.
Hola, Tulio.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was like, I think I met you way before I got my real estate license.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Where? What? At the office?
The office, yeah.
You came in to talk about being a realtor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was probably 6 months before I got my real estate license.
All right. I was helpful, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
very
sorry.
helpful.
I don't
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
So you got it.
Yeah.
And then what? What happened? What were your thoughts once you got into it?
I was really hesitant at first. Like, I wasn't sure I wanted to do it because it's not an easy career choice. Like, it's nothing what I expected.
Right. The one thing that I figured out, it's really, you said the test would, it's really easy to become a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cost much to do that. I mean, you can get into it for an investment of $400 or $500 for the exam, and then another $1,200 for all your licenses and whatever it is you got to pay. and you're up and running. You got a business, so you can't start many businesses like that. So it's to get into it's simple, cheap, doesn't take much, but to stay in it is different. Yeah,
it's different because you have to get used to following up with people. If you're not good at following up with people, getting out of your comfort zone, going to places you regularly wouldn't attend. I mean, at least for me. Speaking.
like.
Like networking events. I
Okay.
wasn't used to a lot of networking
Right.
events.
Right.
Because like I said, mine started off social media.
Right.
So it's much easier. But I was also born and raised in Arizona, so I had a lot of, my sphere of influence was large.
And then but it's somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here, like, I only knew my mom and my dad and my brother.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
So it was a lot about networking, door knocking. I never done door knocking before.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I might have knocked at a neighbor's house, but What you're out door knocking? What are you, like dropping off something and go? Okay.
Business cards, flyers.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how.
Was that successful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what's helped me a lot.
Right. Right. So you'd said earlier before we started, you've done five deals in your first year.
Yeah.
Of those 5 people, where did they come from? Can you think through and?
2 of them were from friends, family, and
Okay.
then the other from my stepdad.
Okay. So they're all referrals of some sort. So that you've got some base there that you're working.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I mainly have listings. I haven't had a buyer just yet.
Yeah. That's unique. That's rare. Usually people, even the most successful realtors start off with buyers. For whatever reason that is, the fact that you're starting in listings and you're getting your experience through that now will be helpful down the road. The saying is, buyers are fast, listers will last. So if you can make quick money when you work with a buyer, you can meet somebody at an open house this weekend, and you could put them under contract Monday or Tuesday. That's how that works. But if you get sellers, that you will generally be able to last longer in the industry because it's just a different wing of the business that makes it, I think, simpler, a lot more relaxed.
For sure.
I'm not a good buyer's agent. I'm not.
I don't think
you might be.
Either.
You don't know.
I don't think I am either.
Yeah.
I think I like the listing side.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody's coming to you. You just have to get the listing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I could do 10 listings in the time you or somebody else could do one buyer. You could have to drive them all over town. You got to set up, schedule all this stuff. I just have to meet them once, convince them that I'm good for them and I can market their home for them, and then all the other folks come to me once we market it. So that's good that you've got that experience. You're getting that. So tell me.
Send us the listings.
Say it again.
Send us the listings.
Right. Right. Yeah. And they were your stepdad?
3 of them, yes.
3 of them
and then
were.
2 were friends.
Okay. And what are the ones you have that are active now?
One is my stepdad's and one is a friend's.
Where are they?
One's here in the south, and then the other one's in the north side.
Okay.
So by Edmond.
Okay. Are they showing much?
One's under contract. So
Okay.
the other one,
good.
it's had some showings. I think it's more of like the schools
Okay.
in the area.
Yeah.
That's the main
Everything
concern.
will sell. It'll sell. Just got to get it right.
Yeah.
What's something about you that nobody knows
Something about me that nobody knows.
that you want to share?
Oh, that's a good question.
You didn't watch all the interviews.
Maybe that I watched most of them, but for myself, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm pretty transparent. I would say maybe
What does that mean? What does that mean, transparent? What do you?
I don't know. Like, I feel like I am pretty public about like my.
I don't believe
Except
that.
for that, I have 2 kids. Nobody believes I have 2 kids.
2 kids. Okay.
5 and 10.
Okay, I've met your boy who's 5.
Yes, Sebastian.
I don't think I met the 10-year-old. Did I?
No. She never wants to get off the car.
Okay.
She's too cool.
She doesn't want to get out of the car?
No.
That's really funny.
She
and
likes
you leave her.
She's right in front of us,
Okay.
and he's just watching.
That's funny. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does she go to school?
She goes by the Plaza District.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to be a 5th grader next year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I'm going to be 30. I'm crazy.
That's really too bad.
Yeah.
So you say you're transparent. What is that? I'm not buying that. I think everybody that we've talked to or I've talked to says either first thing out of their mouth is I'm an open book, or I'm
Really?
like, I don't know. We don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty active, so like on social media, that's what I mean. Like I post a lot of my.
Isn't it you just let people
life
know what
and-
you want them to know, right? That isn't
I
that
mean,
supposed.
what
that's-
can I say about being
Yeah.
that nobody knows
Right.
other than, I mean, Spanish was my first language.
Okay. That's interesting, though. You were born in Arizona, and it was still your first language. So
Yeah.
your folks didn't speak
Nobody.
English at all.
Nobody.
Does your mom speak English now, or
She speaks a little, but she's not too fluent.
right?
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to cry when I went to, it was kindergarten. I didn't learn English till I was like in 3rd or 4th grade.
Uh-huh.
So it was difficult. I used to cry every day.
Do you think in English or think in Spanish?
Now, I mean, it depends where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It depends on my environment.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm thinking in English.
You think English?
Yeah.
Really?
But I'm at home and I'm thinking in Spanish.
What if you get mad? Are you speaking?
When I'm mad, I think it's in Spanish.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like our Spanish, our bad vocabulary is really strong.
Bad vocabulary.
Yeah.
What's
like
bad
our
vocabulary?
bad words.
You mean like bad words?
Yeah.
I don't know how they could be any worse than English,
Oh.
but I guess so. I don't know I know a couple Spanish,
Yeah.
maybe one. I took 4 years of Spanish. I got through Spanish 3 in 4 years. So I in high school. So I may have had to take one of them over again. But yeah, I did learn some things.
It's different though.
Yeah.
It's more proper.
Spanish.
The one we learned in high school is
Yeah.
more proper. My English is more, my Spanish is more slang.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I don't know. Our English is not as,
I mean,
as proper as the one I was learning in school. It
Are
was
there different dialects of Spanish that are not? You said slang.
Slang? Yeah.
Okay, but like if you met somebody from Mexico or from Spain that spoke the same language, it's a completely different
It's
dialect.
different. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they're more proper?
Spain is, yes, compared
Okay.
to Mexico.
And you've met, okay, interesting.
Well, in 2000 and, I think it was 2015, we went to Europe, me and my daughter.
Okay.
So the Spanish is different.
Where in Europe did you go?
We went to Barcelona, we went to Prague,
Okay.
Czech Republic.
Okay. You were all over the place.
Yeah,
And it was a good trip?
it was a good trip.
How long?
The food was different though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time.
How long was this trip?
2 weeks.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I did not know that. So there
See,
you
there
go.
you go.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Was there something you thought we'd talk about that we didn't?
You had a couple questions. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you
I don't
ask
ever
any
read
other
those.
ones?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
He didn't read the questions.
Yeah, I wrote them, but I don't think I've read them since I've wrote them. So there you go. All right. Well, good.
What has real estate taught you?
What has it taught me? That's a great question. You know, I don't know that real estate, just the business itself, has taught me a lot. But the people that I've been involved with, I think, is what I've probably learned the most with. Is that, and I don't know that it's real estate that teaches that, or just life. That everybody's different. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's got different outlooks on life, and mine's not always right. Sure, it feels right, but it's not. But no, that what I like about real estate is that you can make as much as you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can put as much time into it as you want. They all, if I don't want to spend a whole lot of time with it, I'm not going to make as much money as I want to or thought I would. But you're in control of it for the most part. I mean, I can't control if a deal goes through and finishes, but I can I have more control over that than I do as if I were to get up in the morning and go to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
I did that for a long time, and I remember almost every day getting up at work and driving to wherever it was I was going to work at, and thinking, I'm going to work for this guy or this person, and it never felt good. But I did it for 17 years or something, and I like the fact that when I'm going to work, it's something I'm doing for me. So as a realtor, anybody, that's what they're doing. They're getting up, and if they want to put the time in, they're going to most likely be really productive.
Yeah.
Even people that aren't real sharp can do really well. That's why I got into it. I would go to the office. My mom was a realtor. My brother was a realtor. My wife at the time was a realtor, and I'd go to their office, and I'd be like, how much did this guy make? How much does this one make? And they'd be like, I mean, his shoes aren't even tied. His zipper was down or whatever, and he's making $150,000 a year. And I thought, okay, well, I can do this. So
It's the consistency
Right.
of it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we got. All right.
All right.
See you next week.